We'll see if OBS works. I installed a bunch of updates. There is a big thunderstorm happening today, right now, so if I lose power, it could be that. You might hear some thunder in the background. What's up, Chase? You guys might hear some thunder. Big storm. Well, good luck, Chase. I lost another 2 pounds this week. Feel good about that. Morning, Miguel. I'm gonna try to stream for about 7 hours if OBS lets me. Oh yeah, I've been dieting like crazy. I eat about 2,500 calories a day, and it's mostly lean chicken, rice, and vegetables since October. And then exercise, hard exercise 3 times a week, and swimming for an hour or more every day. Congrats, Miguel. That's great. You're going to love it in London. It's exotic enough that it feels different, mostly because of all the history, but it's familiar enough that it feels like you're kind of still in America. So I think you'll be very comfortable. London, England. The best thing about London is that you can get really cheap flights to other parts of Europe at Heathrow because the way the airlines work there is different. So if you want to like go to France for a weekend or go to Italy or hop over to Berlin, it's pretty doable. House name. Tell them Gryffindor because you're a good boy. Sounds awesome, dude. Hey, what's going on? Thank you for subscribing. Good to see you. It's okay, puppy. It's just thunder. It's okay, puppy. Yeah, if you ever want to share your work, feel free. We're all happy to help. We have a Discord if you want to share your work and get people's help with it. Tomorrow I might do a short stream, but I gotta take most of the day off to get ready for Saturday. So I might be here briefly. Saturday I'm having a very large party at my house for a holiday here called Memorial Day. What's up, Theo? If the stream suddenly dies, it's OBS. I'll try to come back if it does, but if it dies twice, I'm gonna stop. What's up, Mateo? I was out securing my my patio from the thunderstorm because the rain was really bad. And I don't know, I think my phone might be dead. Does anyone know, does that myth with the rice work? If you put your phone in rice, does it suck the water out? Or is that just like a story? Because my phone is dead. It is not turning on. Thanks, Anam. Because I was outside tying stuff down during the storm. Okay. I'm pretty sure the iPhone is designed to withstand water pressure of up to 5 feet of submersion. So I don't think a raindrop will have destroyed the interiors. They designed iPhones to be able to be dropped in like a bathtub and survive. But yeah, mine is, I'm gonna need to dry it out. Probably can't charge it for a while either. I've dropped my iPhone on the ocean before and it's survived, so should be okay. But yeah, I need to dry it out for sure. If I don't dry it out, it's gonna not take a charge. Let's see. My poor dog. Dog is so scared of the thunder. If I could do anything today, it would be laying in bed reading a book, listening to the rain. But unfortunately, I am behind schedule on this deadline. So this is what I am doing. Using a hand phone? I'm not sure what you mean. Is hand phone like a different word for something like a tablet or something? Sorry, I think it might be a language thing. If anyone in chat knows what a hand phone is, please tell me. On a smartphone? I mean, smartphones are probably advanced enough now that you could run. The only thing about a smartphone I'd be worried about is the screen size. Like, there doesn't seem like there'd be enough room to really draw anything with any level of, like, detail. They're probably precise enough if you get, like, a pen tool or something you can hold to, like, draw accurately. I just don't think there'd be enough space. But yeah, if possible, and I would upgrade to something with more space, whether it's pen and paper or it's a tablet or it's a computer with a work you know, a Wacom or a Hulan or whatever they're called. Huan. Huion. I don't know how to pronounce it. I have no idea. Huion. I don't even know if it's Wacom or Wacom or Wacom or Wacom. I have no idea. Don't come to me for pronunciations, okay? Don't apologize, Anam. I'm sure I'm bad. I'm worse at whatever your native language is than you are at English, because I can't speak any other languages at all. I know bonjour and salam alaikum, and that's it. So you're doing great. You're speaking very good English. Out of curiosity, where are you from, though? Does drawing with physical media make you improve faster? It depends on the individual. The advantage to physical media is that you can't have an undo button. So, like, it forces you to grapple with your mistakes in different creative ways. So, like, your problem solving will improve faster, especially with stuff like watercolor, because it's very unforgiving. You can't, like, undo mistakes. You have to either plan around them to avoid them, or you have to adapt them into something that looks intentional. So, it works an interesting muscle that digital doesn't always allow you to work. But there's plenty of people who get super fast doing both. But yeah. It's riskier, for sure. There will be non-pork options. I just want to make sure I have enough food for everybody. I asked if you eat pork. There will be other options that aren't pork. I just want to make sure I have enough for everybody. Mmm. You're a sinner. Okay. There's going to be plenty of beef brisket and some other stuff, so you'll be fine. Is the pork halal? I doubt it. I don't know what the yeah, I doubt it. It's going to be like ribs and stuff. But there's going to be beef brisket and there's going to be some chicken and some other stuff you can eat. I don't actually know the difference. Is it just how the pig is slaughtered? Is that the difference between halal and non-halal? All my meat is haram, specifically haram. I go to the butcher and I say, "Excuse me, I'll take all the haram meat, please." Give it all to me. Uh, cool. Now I know the difference. All of it! Screamed the same way he screams in The Professional. My favorite Gary Oldman scream. Everyone! I love The Professional. the original experienced old killer takes on young female slash side character and goes on an adventure. Before The Last of Us, before God of War, before any of this shit, before Between Two Fires, it was The Professional. Oh, Lolita. A great Jeremy Irons performance. I think he did La Femme Nikita. I might be wrong. I'm not sure. I'm happy to report that my test smoke last night was incredible. The ribs, the chicken, the pork roast, the macaroni and cheese, the potatoes, all fantastic. Dude, what the hell happened to Onimusha? Capcom, stop sleeping on it. All these Resident Evil remakes and no Onimusha. It's just feudal Japan Resident Evil. Let's go, Capcom. I should get Michael Huber on here with me sometime to talk about, as he would call it, Onimusha. Dude. Onimusha. Let me tell you, I've got some very happy neighbors, guys. I called all my neighbors last night and I said, listen, everybody, I just smoked 25 pounds of meat and made tons of barbecue sides as a test to make sure my new equipment works. I need you all to come over and eat all of it free of charge because I am on a diet. Last night I had one rib and I taste tested the sides while I was cooking them, and that's all I ate. I was extremely strict. It feels good. I passed the test. But my neighbors were thrilled. Piling plates with leftovers. I took a extra 500 calorie deficit this whole week so that for my cookout Saturday, I've got an extra 3,000 calories I can bank so I can enjoy myself and have some alcohol. So I haven't been eating much this week. I'll do my best to enjoy myself this weekend. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I will. Who knows? Looking for a specific reference. I mean, last couple weeks I've lost like 10 pounds. I lost another 2 this week, so I feel pretty fine taking it a day. I feel pretty good. Oh, taking a day. Where is this thing I'm looking for? Where the fuck are you? Where are you? Thanks, WCOS. Is this it? Oh, maybe it is. There it is. I knew I'd find it if I looked long enough. There's that reference. All right. Take this, move it. There we go. There we go. There's what I'm looking for. All right. This might not work, but I'm going to try it anyway. Man, I'd love a mod of Final Fantasy XII that doesn't have the main character in it. I would play the shit out of that. Game was so close to perfect, and then they fucking forced them to put that Vaughn character in. That was a committee decision, by the way. The company forced them to put that in. For like 75% of the game's development, that character didn't exist. I did post about Hell Comes to Frogtown. One of my favorite movies. It's fucking awful. I love it. It's amazing. Hell Comes to Frogtown is one of the greatest B movies of all time. It's like astoundingly bad. It's bad in a way that few things are ever bad. It's so good. What's my alcohol of choice? If I'm trying to get drunk, I just drink like vodka tonics with like some herbs or like a vodka cranberry. I'm very partial to vodka cranberry because I own cranberry bogs. So I was raised on cranberry stuff. So I'm a little biased. I like vodka cranberry with a little bit of orange peel. If I'm gonna get drunk though, I just drink straight vodka. But if I'm drinking just to have a good time, I make a really good sangria that I like. I like it better hot, but it's good cold too. I like sour beers a lot. I don't love other beer. I like sours a lot. I like ciders, but not if they're too sweet. They have to have like just a hint of apple, like an apple beer kind of. Yeah, those are like my usual go-tos. I never developed a palate for whiskey or scotch. I know it's one of those things you can learn to like. I've had friends who hated it and learned to love it. I've just never taken the time to develop the palate for it. I'm not a huge drinker. At a very young age, I realized that I was prone to being an alcoholic, so I just stopped for a long time. Now I just drink socially, occasionally, maybe like 3 times a year. I'll drink enough to get buzzed, but it's very. When I moved out of my hometown and I was living up in Boston, I was just super depressed, and I was just drinking all the time. And then I was like, after like 6 months of that, I was like, oh wait a minute, this is probably how being an alcoholic starts. So I stopped. Speaking of learning to love, do you think you can learn to love a person, or is it something someone does from the get-go? I think you can absolutely learn to love a person. Absolutely. I think love is there's different kinds of love. I guess that's the real answer to your question. It depends what kind of love you're talking about is probably the honest answer. If it's like if it's like a romantic love, you can absolutely develop that. You can have a friend for a long time and realize that you've fallen in love with them over the course of the time you've known them. That happens all the time. You could have, you can also fall out of love. But yeah, I think for non-romantic love, if it's like the compassion kind of love and the support kind of love, I think love's more of a choice. It's like a resource that you can invest in people. Romantic love, yeah, I think romantic love can be learned for sure. There's many stories of people in arranged marriages that, you know, didn't even meet each other until their wedding day. And then you know, they have the day they got married and then they have the day that they realized they had fallen in love. It doesn't always work, for sure. There's a lot of arranged marriages that don't end up that way, but in regards specifically to your question, I think it's definitely something that can happen. But yeah. I had a friend in an arranged marriage a long time ago. I just haven't talked to him in a long time, who was like, yeah, I didn't love my wife for 10 years. And then one day I woke up and rolled over and realized that I was deeply, deeply in love with this person. And I was like, oh, that's like a crazy, must be a crazy thing to just like realize. Some people don't truly, I've heard this one a lot too. Some people don't romantically realize that some people think they love their partner until they have kids, and then they realize that now they love their partner. And before they had the kids with the partner and saw them like, you know, become a mother or a father, they realized that whatever that emotion was similar to love, but it wasn't quite love, because what they feel now is so much more extreme. Take up as much space as you want, dude. I'm chugging coffee to get rid of a migraine because the water pressure outside from the rain is hurting me, so I'll take the distraction. Sharky, I always loved you. Forever and always. My collector of anything? Yes, books, specifically antique books. I've got hundreds. Hundreds. My secondary collection after that is art prints. I've probably got about 150 of those. But yeah, my primary collection is books. I feel sometimes I throw in the towel too soon if I don't get a spark, and have been wondering if I'm just trying to be a perfectionist or if I'm looking for something specific. All my exes were wonderful objectively. Well, it depends what you're looking for. There's some things that are non-negotiable. Better situation when you're with them. If it feels like a job almost, like, ugh, I got to spend a couple hours with this person, and then I got to do this, and then I got to do that, because if I don't hang out with them, they're going to get mad at me, and I don't want to fight. Like, if it feels like that, then you should probably break up. If it's been a few months and that's still how you feel about them, chances are you don't like them enough, or they're not giving you something you need, or whatever it is. I would say that you want to be excited to have somebody in your life, and if you don't feel that excitement, then what's the point? That would be my take on it. As a person who in the past, before I did a lot of like personal growing and work on myself, as a person who chased relationships because I thought you just were supposed to be in one, and if you weren't in one, it was a reflection that you were somehow less of a person. That's all bullshit. You should be in a relationship if it makes you happy to be in a relationship, and if it makes your life better, and if you enjoy being with that partner, and if the two of you as a whole are greater than the sum of your parts. That should be the goal. If that's not the case, then you know it's not the worst thing in the world to be single until you find that, or even if you don't find that, to remain single. There's different kinds of relationships, though. There's some people who don't like spending a ton of time with each other, but they love to fuck. Okay. There's some people who don't necessarily love to have a ton of sex, but they can't imagine not being together. There's people who have a healthy mix of both. There's people that just want to help each other out. It's like, it's very weird. There's some, I know a lot of artists that are in like partnership, basically, relationships where it's like they're helping each other out doing their artwork, and one of them's like a secretary for the other, and they like do cons together, and they're also like romantically involved, and it's like, it's almost like a business marriage. There's all different kinds of relationships, and what your relationship looks like is going to be specific to you, and it shouldn't really matter as long as you're happy with it. Like, I think the goal is to not feel like you're unfulfilled. If you're feeling unfulfilled with a particular partner and you have already had the conversation with them, feel a little more fulfilled, and they're not able to meet that for you, then maybe that's not the relationship for you. You should always give someone an opportunity to try, though. If there's something you need that you're not getting, you should be able to ask for it in a respectful way. Maybe they need something from you that they're not getting. But if they're not able to grow to meet that, then okay, that might not be the partnership for you. In my current relationship, we fit. Some is great. You can be so convinced that the relationship isn't going to last that you end up not investing a ton of time into it, because what's the point? It's not going to last. And then that makes you pull away emotionally from your partner, which makes them pull away from you because they feel like you're not interested, and then the relationship ends. But it didn't end because it was doomed or because they're a bad person. It ended because your brain tricked you into not giving the other partner love and affection because you thought you were protecting yourself. And then they left you because, of course, they're going to leave you if you're withdrawing. So it's like, you got to really watch out. You got to really watch out for when your brain is tricking you into being a bad partner under the guise of defending yourself. Because that's what most people I know do. And they ruin a lot of otherwise really great situations for themselves by essentially self-sabotaging. Because then you're like, oh, this person's going to hurt me. They're going to pull away. They're going to leave me. So then you withdraw to protect yourself. And then they leave you because you withdrew. And it's like, that's not their fault. Your prediction wasn't correct. You caused it to happen. It's like, that's not on them. That's on you. But yeah, You just got to be careful in any scenario that you're making a conscious decision to do something and it's not your brain tricking you into doing something it feels like it has to do. I've made that mistake before, and it's not a good feeling. It's the old meme of pushing people away and then hating them for leaving. Spitboy, when you say that sometimes you get the feeling you're describing now and you pull away subconsciously, what is the feeling? That it's just not going to last? Or is it a more specific feeling? I guess it's sometimes when I act a way I want to, where I don't think I'm doing something wrong, but their reaction on some occasions is of being upset, which makes me start feeling the eggshell thing. I guess sometimes when I act the way I want to where I don't think I'm doing something wrong, but their reaction on some occasion. Okay, so you don't think you've done anything wrong, but they feel upset. Usually when you're having an argument, this isn't always the case, but usually when you're having an argument, the argument's not about the argument. It's about something else that happened before the argument, and the argument's a proxy for some other underlying emotion. So if you did something, if they're saying you did something that made them upset, first step is to ask them, tell me what you're feeling, using words besides upset. So it could be like, I'll use a meme example that's pretty common. Let's say that you decided to go out with your friends one night and you forgot to tell them, but you shouldn't have to tell them what you're doing all the time. And, you don't want to feel like you have a babysitter. And it becomes an argument of like, I just want to enjoy myself sometimes and I don't want to have to check in with you. And they feel upset by that. The discussion you'd probably want to have is, okay, what are you actually feeling other than upset? Because upset is a catch-all vague term that people use to not have to talk about real emotions, because real emotions are spooky and people don't want to be vulnerable. So in that scenario, what they could be feeling is that you're choosing your friends over them, or that you are using your friends as a way to avoid them because you don't actually like them much, or that you're looking for an escape from your partner with your friends or something. Maybe they're feeling a little abandoned. Maybe they're feeling a little left out. Maybe in their past relationship, they had someone in their life who cheated on them, and what the real feelings are there's no way to improve. Because she's just going to say, I'm upset that you were hanging out with your friends, you didn't tell me. And you're going to say, you're a crazy bitch, I shouldn't have to tell you everything I'm doing. And then it's going to be a huge fight. And she's going to say that she doesn't feel like you're listening to her, that you don't care. And you're going to say you feel like she's your mom. Not in the fun way. And yeah. So even though it's spooky, you got to have real discussions about real emotions. Or else nothing is ever going to get fixed. I dated someone for a while semi-recently who thought I was cheating on her. And the reason she thought I was cheating on her was because I was super busy with work all the time. And she didn't believe that I was super busy with work all the time because previous people she had dated would lie to her and say that they were doing stuff like work when really they were going out, getting drunk, and fucking other girls. So, like, I was doing the same behavior that other person was doing, but I wasn't actually cheating. I was actually just working. But the way the fight played out was you're cheating on me. And then I say, no, I'm not. And then she says, yes, you are. And I go, I'm not. And she goes, you're a liar. And then I go, you're crazy. I would never do that. And then they go, don't you dare call me crazy. And then I go, you think I'm lying? And she goes, no. And I go, well, I'm telling you I'm not cheating, and you're telling me I'm not telling the truth. So you're calling me a liar. And then stop putting words in my mouth. I never used the word liar. And then I say, well, you implied it. And then you're just fucked. You're just in a fight that no one's going to win. You're just in a fight no one's going to win. And all it would have taken for this fight not to happen was either me going, okay, let's have a real conversation about what's going on. Why do you think I'm cheating on you? What can I do to help you, better feel secure in this relationship? Or she could have said, hey, I had an ex-partner who used to quote unquote work all the time, but really he was cheating on me, and I'm not getting enough attention from you, and it's giving me a kind of bad response based on past relationships. If either of us had said that, there never would have been a fight. But we were both defensive because I got super triggered because I've been cheated on, and someone accusing me of cheating made me very angry because I would never do that shit. And then, it just went from there and just spiraled. And she was super triggered because I used the C word. Not cunt, crazy. Never call someone crazy. It's dismissive. Just don't do it. Sometimes it slips out of my mouth during fights unintentionally, and then I can never put the genie back in the bottle. But just never do it. It's not good. People aren't crazy. They're feeling their feelings for a reason. And if you're not willing to do the digging to figure out why they're feeling what they're feeling, it's not that they're crazy, it's that you are lazy. You don't care enough about your well-being or their well-being to actually figure out what the real problem is. So, I mean, at that point, if that's how you feel about the person you're with, you probably shouldn't be in a relationship anyway. But that's my advice. Sorry, wording is weird. Rough example. I hang out with a platonic woman friend, and then I never mentioned it, and they ask last minute to hang out. They get insecure. Okay. I hang out with a platonic woman friend, and then I never mentioned it when they ask last minute to hang. Okay. So your girlfriend reaches out and says, hey, want to hang out? Let's say your girlfriend's name is Sarah. Sarah calls you and says, hey, want to hang out tonight? And you go, oh, I can't. I'm hanging out with Stephanie. And she goes, you're hanging out with Stephanie, your platonic female friend? And you go, yeah. And you go, you never told me you were hanging out with Stephanie. So in her mind, number one, you've chosen to hang out with Stephanie over her, even though it wasn't chronologically a choice between the two of them. You're choosing to put your energy into another person besides her. And then also, you didn't tell her you were doing it, which to a lot of women was going to read as guilty behavior. Okay? Typically, even if you forget to tell somebody something, it just comes off as feeling guilty. Because it feels like, oh, you didn't want to tell me because you knew I'd be mad, is usually the response you get. And if you know I'm going to be mad, then you're hiding it from me because you don't want a reaction. So, in this particular scenario, they're probably insecure because you're hanging out with another girl. It's even worse if the girl is single. And it's even worse if you don't tell them you're going to do it. In general, this is not always the case, but in general, unless your platonic female friend is in a friend group with a bunch of other people you guys know, it's very difficult to have platonic opposite sex friendships while in a relationship. It's think about how you'd feel if you reached out to her and you were like, hey, I'd really love to see you tonight. And you're feeling like you want some attention. And then she's like, oh, sorry, I'm hanging out with the boys. And you're like, what boys? And she's like, oh, my guy friends. And you're like, you didn't tell me you were going to hang out with guy friends. She's like, oh, yeah, whoops. You'd feel a certain way. Most people would. But yeah, especially if it's someone who's been cheated on and she finds out that you're hanging out with other women without telling her, even if they're platonic to you, you know, it's not good. And if you know if you're with her and you care about her and she's your girlfriend, you should know that she's had those issues in the past, and you should be able to negotiate that with her in a way that like isn't going to lead to fights. Whether or not she needs to be invited along, or whether or not she needs to know ahead of time, or whether or not she just doesn't want you to hang out with other girls in a one-on-one setting. You know, if those are her boundaries in a relationship, you got to discuss that. And if those work for you, great. And if they don't work for you, okay, then maybe that's not something you can sustain. But I would say most girls are going to have a problem with you hanging out with other female friends, especially if they're single and especially if your girlfriend's been cheated on in the past. It's just going to raise too many insecurities. That's pretty common. Typically, if you're in a relationship with somebody, Spitboy, this doesn't go for everybody, but typically, if you're in a relationship, not just like dating, if you're in a relationship with somebody, they should feel comfortable spontaneously just like kind of showing up at your place, because you're at a level of intimacy where they shouldn't need to like hardcore plan getting to see you. They should just kind of be a part of your life. Like, if you're at that point with a person, they shouldn't need to feel like they're scheduling time with you. And if they do feel like they're scheduling time with you, they probably feel like you're not letting them into your life enough to get past the dating phase into the relationship phase. And if you're wondering why, it's because the other person is going to feel like if you're not comfortable letting them into your life like that, then you're hiding something or you're not willing to commit. Because otherwise, why wouldn't you? But yeah, most girls that I've dated in the past are very uncomfortable with the number of female friends I have, even though almost all of them have boyfriends, and almost every time I was friends with their boyfriend before I met them, they're still very uncomfortable with it. It's just kind of a natural thing. Yes, it's insecure, and yes, it's not super rational, but it doesn't change the fact that they feel a certain way about it. And in a relationship, you're supposed to care about their feelings. Yeah. Yes, but boy, if you've been, do you mind if I ask how long you've been dating this person? Because it sounds like you're treating her like a girl you're dating and not a girlfriend. Like, this is my partner. It sounds like, from an outside view, from what you've said so far, it sounds like you're treating her as a girl you're dating. One thing that can be helpful, you might feel like this is an invasion of privacy, but I've seen it work for other couples that have gone through similar shit, is having a shared calendar where you're like, you know, all the times I'm working, here they are, they're blocked out. Anytime something comes up that I need to do or I choose to do, like hang out with friends or go to an event or whatever, I'm going to put it on the calendar the second I plan it. That way, even if I forget to tell you, you can check and see that it's there. Because if your defense is going to be, I just forget, okay, that's valid. Sometimes people are forgetful, especially if you don't think it's a big deal. But if you have a calendar that they have access to, then even if you forget, everything's right there. Like my friend group, we have a group calendar. And anytime any of us are doing something that seems like anyone else in the group might want to be a part of, we throw it on there. And then everybody kind of knows what everyone's doing. And it's, if people want to join for certain things, they can. If people want to plan things, they know when people are around and when they're out of town and, what days things are happening and what days things aren't happening. Like, we've had that for years in my friend group, and it's been great. But yeah. Yeah. So, like, I can open up the group calendar at any time and be like, okay, everybody's going to this concert that weekend. Or, oh, we're doing a group trip to Italy in 2025 in October. Or, oh, like, we have anything that pops up that feels like, oh, the guys are going to a brewery this weekend. I know they're doing that up in Ipswich. If I got nothing to do that night and I feel like getting out of the house, I can go to the brewery with the guys. Like, there's always stuff on there because we're all so busy that we're not gonna, and we have a really close friend group, but it's like 30 people. And like, we're not gonna remember to reach out to all 30 of us. So anytime anything pops up, we just throw it on the calendar. Like this weekend, 2/3 of the friend group is coming here for my party, and the other third of the friend group is going to Boston Calling to see Ed Sheeran and a bunch of bands. But yeah. Well, yeah, Georg, it's beaten dog syndrome. If a dog had a previous owner that beat it every day, and then you adopt the dog is a good dog, and the dog loves you, and you're a good person, and you want to love the dog. But when you reach out to pet the dog, all it sees is someone going to slap it. And you have to be able to realize that in a partner who's been cheated on or hurt or lied to. If your partner has issues with that kind of stuff, even gestures of kindness like petting the dog are going to sometimes read to them as, uh-oh, I'm about to get hurt. And you just have to, it's a very slow process, but you have to be willing to, show them that that's not who you are. And it's a lot of work. Some people don't have the patience for it. And if you don't have the patience for it, that's okay. That's your choice. You're allowed to make that choice. But if the person's a good person and you like being with them and you're a good partnership, I think it's totally worth your time to invest that level of care. But yeah. Oh, puppy, I'm sorry. I hear the thunder. I'm so sorry, puppy. Oh. Again, don't come to me for like empathy and understanding people advice, but don't come to me for relationship advice necessarily. I'm good at helping people with their relationships, but I'm not great at my own. Spitboy, here's a good example. Is she coming with you to my party this weekend? If not, why? Did you remember to tell her? Yes, Watson behavior. Well, Spit Boy, let me tell you, you're gonna have a better time in your relationship if she comes with you to the party with a bunch of strangers. Just some unsolicited advice. Just some unsolicited advice. If you're coming to a party with a bunch of strangers, including a bunch of girls she's never met, you should bring her. Because that is the safest thing to do. It is respectful. It lets her in on your life. If you make new friends, they can be your friends together instead of just your friends. If you want to get in on the group, you guys can both be part of the group. She's not going to feel excluded. If you tell any stories about the party later that involve a girl doing something, she's not going to go, who's that? So yeah, highly recommended that you bring her to the party. If you don't see that as a huge issue, this is your first lesson, my young friend. I don't know how old you are. I'm just saying that. If you don't think, okay, I'm telling you right now, if you go to a party with a bunch of strangers and you don't invite her or bring her, there's going to be like 50 people here, maybe more. So I just bring her, dude. Just bring her. Because one of two things is going to happen. She's either not going to reach out to you because she feels like you want to be left alone, and then you're going to tell stories about what happened at the party later, and she's going to feel left out and concerned and kind of left alone. Or number two, what's worse is she's going to reach out halfway through the party and be like, I really wish I went to the party, even though I chose not to. There are vegetarian options. There is a pesto tortellini salad. There's a mac and cheese. There's potatoes and onions. Ugh, there will be so many vegetarian options. Plus, there's going to be like 12 dogs here. I don't know what kind of girl she is, but if I know the females in my life, if you came back from a party you didn't bring them to and you said there were like 12 puppies at this party, they're going to be mad that you didn't get to go. He said vegetarian, not vegan. Mac and cheese is definitely vegetarian. It is not vegan. There is a difference between vegan and vegetarian. Vegetarians don't eat meat, but they will eat animal byproducts like cheese and honey. Vegans won't eat any animal-based products at all. So no honey. And then pescatarians won't eat meat, but they will eat fish. But yeah, vegans are no animal products at all. Vegetarians are just no meat. Yeah, I don't know if he's trolling or not, but I'll give a straight answer regardless. I didn't know what pescatarianism was a few years ago, and it made a girl hit me. So there you go. A girl actually slapped me. Back in Crimson Daggers, you did use Intuos 4. I'm using an Intuos 4 right now. Still. I used the large. Man, my head is killing me. These rainy days give me such bad headaches. I'm assuming your girlfriend is going to enjoy my pesto tortellini salad. That's usually the most popular vegetarian option. She likes my voice. She'll like my voice more if you let her listen to this stream where I give you a bunch of advice on how to make your relationship happier. She'll be like, now I really like his voice. No, it should be a good time. I'm excited to see you. I've still got Jenny Boy stuck in my head. Jenny Boy. It's okay, Spitboy. Reach out to me after the stream if you want, and I'll scrub this from the internet. I'll delete the VOD. There will be no record of you having ever said these things. Just say the word. And this will be treated like a therapy session. Jenny Boy. I will make time for you, my friend. Oh my god, I'm excited. I could use some Casey Kasem. I'm gonna call you Hi-Fi Rye. It's gonna be radio quality. Yeah, man. Come by anytime you want. I think I gotta put everything in this. Well, I gotta put the brisket in the smoker the night before. It's gonna be like a 24-hour smoke, but I'm gonna put everything else in around like 8 or 9. So anytime after like 10, I should be pretty good. But yeah, don't sweat it either way. Most of my friends from up north show up around like very early. They show up at like 10, so you can hang out with them. They're great. There's also some kayaks and stuff here. If you and your girlfriend would like to explore the lake, go find some treasure, see some wild animals, get some of that nature in. Looks like it's going to be 75 and sunny. Yeah, you guys can swim. The water might be a little chilly, but yeah, it's clean. There's also a hot tub, so if you guys want to bring a change of clothes regardless, feel free to jump in the jacuzzi. No problem, buddy. BYOB, if there's anything you'd like to drink in particular, there will be some sangria for people. And water, but that's about it. I might, maybe lemonade, I'm not sure. But if you want anything else to drink, just bring it and I'll throw it in the fridge. So today's all about resolving this cluster. Hmm. Hmm. Ugh. This headache is brutal. Brutal. Later, Miguel. Enjoy your lunch. I hope it's fucking delicious, Miguel. I hope you absolutely love it. Piece of shit. Hope it's phenomenal. Fucking asshole. Where do you miss eating? I'll go there for lunch. Go to Brookline Spa and get a buffalo chicken pizza slice. Or go to Duck Bois, if it's still there, and get some Thai food. Or go, oh, no. The deli up on the corner by Coolidge Corner that makes the best corned beef sandwich I've ever had in my entire life. Holy shit. What was the name of that deli? I can't remember. Yeah. Yeah, go to Zaftig's. I think it's Zaftig's. I think. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. I think it's Zaftig's. I don't think it's cool. Yeah, let me do... Where's the Coolidge Corner Theater? That's how I'm gonna know where it is. All right, that's Trader Joe's. That's Trader Joe's. Okay. So if that's Trader Joe's, then it's Michael's Deli. Yes, Michael's Deli. We'll go to Michael's Deli. Go to Michael's Deli, you son of a bitch. I'm so fucking jealous. I'm so jealous right now. You have no idea, dude. I'm gonna try this real quick. I'm sorry if it sounds bad. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, Kabuki. What's everybody working on today? At some point, I'd love my thoughts on Lancelot and his various forms. Not today, because my head is hurting, so I'm not going to be at full capacity. I've got a lot to say on this subject. Got a lot to say. But soon, my friend. Yeah, dude. I'm happy to discuss it anytime. Specifically, the choice in the made-for-TV Sam Neill Merlin movie to make the Lady of Shalott Lancelot's wife. And she sees him cheating with Guinevere in her cursed mirror, and that's why she kills herself and washes up on shore. Because the Lady of Shalott, traditionally, is a woman who falls in love with Lancelot, but I thought it was an elegant way to make Lancelot battle with his grief by combining the Lady of Shalott's story with his wife at Joyous God. there's a wonderful J.W. Waterhouse painting of the Lady of Shalott. And a beautiful Lorena McKennitt song about the Lady of Shalott. To be more spiritual. There's a lot of adaptations that make the Lady of the Lake like a monarch of some kind, or a nun, or like a leader of like a kind of druidic female sect, or... But yeah, I like the Lady of the Lake being an actual like ghost that lives in the lake. Personally. Oh, OBS dropped out. Oh, jeez. I like the Lady of the Lake being supernatural. Personally. So usually when it's adapted where Lancelot's her kid, they make her more human. Like a priestess or something, or a nun that lives on a convent and had a kid, or... Yeah. I personally enjoy her being more of like a ghost, or like a fairy. I don't think Lancelot should ever be supernatural, because I think part of the theme of the Arthur stuff is that there's all these supernatural forces in the background, but what ultimately tests him is his human connections. Wife, best friend, son, brother. Yeah. Sister, for sure. Like, there's versions of King Arthur where he slays dragons, but what defeats him is like, my sister sucks, and my wife lied to me, and I have a son out of wedlock. Like, that's the shit that destroys him. Very human things. And it's ultimately the stuff that makes him more relatable as a character. So I don't think you should ever lose that. It's very hard to relate to someone who's chosen by the gods and supernatural forces to rule and be the chosen one. It's very easy to relate to somebody whose sister fucking sucks. Or who accidentally has a kid. Or whose wife cheats. So, I think those are the more relatable story elements for sure. interesting thing about the Lady of the Lake is that metaphorically she's what's considered the veil in mythology. There's the whole idea of like crossing the threshold or piercing the veil. So like for something metaphysical to become physical, it has to go through basically a threshold. It has to convert from one type of like energy to another, basically. And the fact that she's, you know, the symbolic version of a veil in nature is, you know, water. You're going from above water to below water. You're going from the world of like, you know, oxygen and people to like fish and like drowning, and like it's a whole, metaphorically, it's a whole other universe that you can like look at the barrier between and cross the barrier. So like I don't think it's a coincidence that the Lady of the Lake is the one that takes the supernatural weapon and hands it to the mortal, you know. She's symbolically, you know, the water's surface, essentially. She's the point between World 1 and World 2. And the only way that object can cross from one to the other is through her, because she is the threshold. But yeah, I like that metaphor a lot. Yeah. You know what I was thinking about last night, chat? I was thinking about a pair of dwarvish blacksmiths, one of whom is really good at making weapons, and one of whom is a really good salesman, named Smelt It and Dealt It. And I really love that idea. I really love that idea. It's so stupid, but it's probably going to end up in our next Steve book. I haven't said it to Dave yet. It's so dumb, and I can't stop thinking about how I haven't seen it done before. I hope it hasn't been done before. He who smelt it, dealt it could be like a rule in a dungeon for if you make a cursed weapon, it's your responsibility to sell it to somebody so it doesn't hang around. Cursed weapons could be like on a registry like firearms in the real world. He who smelt it, dealt it. If you forge the weapon, you're the one who's responsible for figuring out where it goes. Very dumb idea, but I love it. Oh, it's Thursday. There's a new Delicious in Dungeon. Hell yeah. Does anyone in chat have the Elden Ring art book, and do you recommend it? I mean, I love it. It's 2 volumes. It's great. But, I don't know. I can go flip through it on camera sometime before you buy it if you want to see it. It's not illegal for me to show it off. Oh. Why'd I put headphones on? Just force a habit. Music's not coming through my headphones. Jesus Christ, I need more coffee. Fuck me. Maybe there's more than one art book? I don't know. Next time I go downstairs, I'll grab it. If you're still on stream, I'll show it to you. All right, back to figuring out this fucking thing. All right, so if I do this, we'll get to that later. Did they count as today's moan? Maybe. Maybe that gets me off the hook. Maybe that gets me off the hook for other stuff. 1 second. Ryan, are you still in chat? Elden Ring art book has a lot of renders of stuff that became in-game areas, but it also has a lot of stuff like this. I put the links in the chat to the archive.org stuff. The concept art's in here too, though. There's a lot of concept art. So, yeah. Yep, you'll see. Flip through it, though. Archive.org in the chat. You can check it out. Alright. Fantasy IX art book is still my favorite art book. Hugely biased though. When I was a kid, that was like the art book. I'd never seen an art book before. I was like, what? They put all the art in a book? You can do that? Capcom Design Works book is fantastic. Capcom. So good. Oh boy. Yeah, Sharky, do it. We had a section on the old Crimson Daggers forums called Help a Brother Out, where if somebody was throwing away a piece of equipment or a book, they could post it, and if anybody wanted it, they would just pay the postage. I always thought that was really funny. A lot of people got their first tablets through that, though. Book is somewhere on my shelf. I don't know where. I've had it fucking forever. I've had it since I was in fucking high school. Gave away a first generation Cintiq, if I remember correctly, 21UX. It wasn't calibrated, so like my color blindness was already bad and it was making it worse. Those things had so many fucking cables. You had to plug in like 4 different cables just to make that thing run. Those things were beastly. The only thing about the 21UX I didn't like was how dim the screen was. It was so dark. It was good for drawing. It was good for like sketching, but like any type of color or shadow work, it was just such a dark screen. I really loved it for drawing, though. I should probably just buy a Cintiq. I have the money. I should just do it. I'm assuming Cintiqs are faster. I'm assuming you draw faster on them. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe it's just whatever you use the most, you get better at. I know I've said this like 60 times, but I really wanted the 32, but then everybody was complaining about the pixel death. And then I just kind of got stun locked. I was like, do I buy the 24? Do I wait for the next generation 24? And now I've just I just haven't bought anything. If anyone has advice on the proper Cintiq to purchase, something I might be doing for myself fairly soon. Oh my god, and then we can We can have one monitor, an off monitor with a camera. You'll see me from 3/4 from now on, like this, while I draw over here. Ugh, like a real YouTuber. Hell yeah. Gonna look so fucking professional. Instead of leaning in like a soy beta cuck at my screen, like I'm doing right now to get these little details in. I'm gonna lean in. Now that counts towards your moan quota. I hope you get all the details right. Wrong. All right, need more music. The fuck am I going to listen to? Oh, what could it be? What could it be? I can't listen to that one because it got me banned last time I listened to it. So I'm not gonna listen to that because I don't want to get banned. Let's try this. Hi, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Nope. We already listened to that. I thought it would be different, but it wasn't. Let's see. Let's see. Praise the sun god. Let's give it a chance. Let's see. Wow, my internet is slow. Is the stream chugging? All G. long time ago, but I did do it. Yeah, I lost 6 pounds this month, so what? Closer to 10 pounds this month. Like somewhere like 8, about 8 so far. So things are moving. Since you're my brother in fitness, I want to share that with you. Please hold. Hello. How about now? Can you hear me now? How's that? How's that? I'm just exercising more. I have no idea. It might just be the more exercise. I really couldn't tell you. I haven't done anything drastically different, so I don't know. I'll take it though. It could just be like more sunlight because it's like warmer out. Maybe it's like more vitamin D. I really have no idea. What's up, gross girl? I set my calorie burning thing when I swim to light moderate, and I just go for marathon instead of sprint. I just go for a really long time at moderate effort. It's got a couple rough sketch areas. It's pretty rough, but yeah, it's cruising. It is cruising. Thank God. Is anyone else getting ads for that Lepater Alphonse Mucha reprint deluxe edition on every fucking social media site they use? Or did it just find me? the second arch is annoying the hell out of me because it never looks quite right. It never looks like I'm seeing enough of it, or it doesn't look quite centered enough. is for a client. This is for meatbun.com. This is the third and final Elden Ring tableau. Assuming we don't do one for the DLC. Looking a bit more correct. Here's the other two Chicken Strike. This was the first one. Oh, look at all the fun details. Oh my god. Oh. This was the second one. Oh, look at all the details. Oh my god. Whoa. This is the final one. Sharky. Best in the biz. Best in the fucking biz. Sharky. Oh my god, my headache's starting to go away. Just as the sun comes out. What a coincidence. Oh, this is going to be annoying, but I got to get this down, because until I get this down, this whole thing is going to look off. Spacing these towers sucks. I'm just telling you now. Because whatever I do with this one, it's going to make the other two look off. So. back to middle and it still didn't feel right. Hey, Riley. Alright. Okay. Okay. So now this tower... it's gonna have to come up. Hi, it's me. Hi, it's me, Dan. What's going on, folks? Alright, now I gotta move this other one. Hey, puppy. There's a big sniff. What's going on over there? There's a big sniff. Big ol' sniff. Oh my god, puppy, so much sniffing. What's happening? What's going on over there? actually don't know if Meat Bun can ship to Europe, but I'll ask my AD next time I talk to him. Alright, this doesn't look awful. This is better. I'm just gonna throw this at 100%. Alright. I'm assuming they'll ship worldwide if you pay for the shipping, but shipping's been so crazy lately that I don't know. There's a chance they might have delisted. My AD is in China right now. Otherwise, I would just, I don't know what time it is over there. Otherwise, I would just reach out to him right now. Oh, cool. That's not bad. That's cool, Sharky. That's very cool. I know this seems like nothing's getting done, but trust me, this is actually extremely important. I've been putting off fixing this spacing issue for a while. last is. The width here. Okay. Is it the same as the width over here? Not quite. Okay. Alright, so it crops the gray. Crops the gray by 1 pixel. Okay. God damn it. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Now the last thing I gotta do. Oof. No, thank you. No, thank you. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Sure it's balanced with the red, and then I can go in and render it. Call it a day. Alright, so turn that off. This is a color layer. Normal. It's at 100%, so I'll select that red. Go back to color. 100%. Rough this in. Oh, I really hope this looks balanced. If this looks balanced, I'm gonna be very, 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 very happy. Because then I can just render. And I can just render. My God, I just want to render. This is a color burn set to 17. Duplicate. Color burn. Okay. Alright, now I gotta go in here and I gotta put the gray down below. Yes. This is the last thing I gotta figure out here. Is if there's gonna be red down here. Or if I have to fill this. next question. Okay. Now, color burn. Okay. I think that looks pretty balanced. I didn't paint the like vines that are going to be growing on it yet, but that looks pretty balanced. Yeah. So I'm gonna do some quick flattening. Oh, this is a bonus arch. This is all, yeah. You take this. Oops. 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 What the hell did I just do? Oh, I cleared the bonus arch. Okay, got it. Too many layers. Too many fucking layers, dude. Alright. I got this. Nothing's overlapping. Everything looks clean. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This can go. This can go. This is a paint over. That can go. That's a paint over. Okay. That's a paint over. That's a paint over. That's a paint over. Alright, so okay, yeah, this it definitely tightened it up. Yeah, it's definitely more balanced now. Okay, that's good. Alright, now I can just render and clean. Okay, I think once I have the vines in here, it's gonna look solid. Because actually, maybe I should paint the vines in sooner than later. Maybe that'll help me make it look finished. Probably. Actually. Yeah. Okay, maybe we'll do that next, so we can get a sense of what areas not to paint. Ooh, whoops. Alright, so vines. Let's go with 100 opacity. Let's start down here. And let's do some vines. Looks like this is gonna creep up over here. Okay. And then there's an offshoot vine here. Okay. Then up. And it does that. on Dave's stream tonight, chat. I've been maintaining a decent sleep schedule for about a week, so knock on wood. Hi, pup. Just gonna draw in where these vines are going. Actually, you know what? Before I make a really fucking stupid mistake, hold on. I can see the future, guys. I can see it. I can see the future coming. All right. I'm flipping all of this before I inevitably flatten those roots into all the details I just did, and then eliminate all of that progress. And have to repaint all those fucking stone details. I'm flipping it right now. I refuse, future self. I refuse to let you flatten these vines into the stonework. And fuck myself. I refuse. I'm not letting it happen. Wow. So flipped. Goodness. Wow. All right. Looks like my brazier isn't perfectly centered. Oh no. Alright. save this, and I'll be right back, chat. Okay. Okay. Let's keep working on these vines. Oh, God. How's everybody doing out there? You guys surviving? Good Lord, I'm tired. about surviving? What's got you anxious, buddy? Let's talk about it. Anxiety is the silent killer, you know. I am so fucking tired. Holy shit, dude. When the sun doesn't come out, I just don't function. You're the silent killer? Oh my god, Nemanja. How could you? How could you? They trusted you. Cook so much food tomorrow and not get to eat any of it. Oh my god, it's gonna suck. I'm gonna cook so much good food tomorrow and I don't get to eat any of it 'cause I'm a